Okay, here we are, y'all. This video is going to be particularly for the brothers. We have a situation where somebody in the God Body Blueprint, they went through the group detox and they've been doing the regimen, but they still haven't been able to get the results that they were looking for. Particularly in this case, matter of fact, I'm going to read it out to you to give you context before we dive in. He says, I did some research and I have come to the conclusion that leads me to be nearly 100% sure as to what the root of all my health problems are. So, like I discussed with you over the phone some days ago, I entered my ex partner's back end due to my ignorance and I didn't recognize the symptoms. 4 weeks later, after the intercourse, I realized the lack of elasticity in my penis. My penis had become narrowed, and I thought it was due to over excessive masturbation. I didn't tie it back to what happened weeks before that. Without the diagnosis, I hadn't been able to get past for the past 2.5 years. He's been dealing with this since 2020. The condition in which I was dealing with, and what I believe is urethral stricture. When I looked it up, it said UTI and STDs, which I'm sure I contacted either a STI or a UTI. I haven't been on any medication or antibiotics since this incident, and this took place in 2020, which is why I have so many health issues now. Would it still be possible to heal despite how much time has passed? Okay, so the first thing I really want to go through. I need you to understand the causes of all your health problems it's not just due to infection. It's a whole body thing. Yes, if you got an STI and you have virus and bacteria that are going rampant in your body, your microbiome will be compromised, your food digestion will be compromised. The tear that happened in your urethra and then the excessive masturbation afterward further weakened and damaged the nerves and the skin tissue. However, I want you to remember what I'm about to tell you. All disease has the same cause: a lack of energy production in those cells and a lack of the ability for that energy being generated to circulate. In this case, I am 100% sure that you can fix this. You just have to follow what I'm about to list out as it comes to me. Now, you know, going into very tight places can often sometimes damage the penis. It's happened. And not saying you should ever do it in the butt. You should always strap up if you're going to do something like that. Um, but there are times, even when you're doing vaginal sex, where the woman is so tight that it hurts, right? Especially if you're trying to go beyond her capacity and her womb dries up and you're still trying to force it and that skin is tugging and it's not a good thing. Um, it has been quite a while since you had this issue. So that only means that it's going to take more consistency for you to become fully healed. Cells regenerate. Now, if you look this up, they're going to tell you that the scar tissue damage has to be removed. And that is true depending on how bad it is. But before you even get to that point where you consider putting your penis on the chopping block of someone in the medical industry, I want you to exercise these steps, okay? First things first, you already know that you have to have your pillars of health down. You did it in the 20-day group detox. You know which water to drink. Ormus with the acerola cherry in this particular case for oxygenation. You know how to breathe. You know how to do the Wim Hof. You know how to stay in a place of emotional balance, even though I know in this particular case, I know you're a young man and you haven't been able to have your phallus for a few years be normal. So I can understand how debilitating that is. I can put myself in your shoes and I can feel the concern, the urgency, the wanting to have your phallus back so that you can feel like a man again. Now, You have to approach this particular thing. If you're dealing with a bacteria or you're dealing with a UTI, I need you to understand. You treat all of those things, especially when it's in the area of the penis, the same way you would treat an STD. I'm telling you, I know brothers who haven't worn condoms for 20 years and they have sex regularly and they do not have any STDs. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they have the lifestyle right. And because they're continually taking things that allow the body to identify and eliminate anything before it can replicate. Now, since you've been in a situation where this thing has, if you even have it, right? Because we don't really know for sure. If you have all these issues that tell you that you have parasites and bacteria going crazy, the reason why these symptoms improved during the 20-day detox, like you told me, is because when you're doing the 20-day detox, you're doing a parasite cleanse. Go inside the blueprint and look at the herbal ingredients in each formula. Each one has things that eliminate parasites and bacteria and viruses: antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. So naturally, as you're taking these herbs and you're drinking the water and you're eating cleaner, your body cannot be a vessel for these things to replicate. You need to do that same regimen again, except now you need to get the STD elimination capsules. That is going to be very specific on really focusing on parasites and bacteria. That's what it's there for. Now, on top of that, there are practices that I need you to do. You need to begin to do more breathing, more lymphatic drainage by bouncing on the ball, more lymphatic drainage by doing the wall sit and doing the microcosmic orbit. If you don't know what that is, then you need to go to ebook number 1 and read that, The Tao of Sexology by Montauk Chia, or that's Stephen Chang. But the Tao of Sex and Love by Montauk Chia. Read that book and learn how to breathe, squeezing the pelvic muscle, letting the energy go up to the top of the brain, connecting the tongue at the roof of the mouth, right? And then and letting it come down into the dantian. That breath is going to be particularly important. The other thing I need you to do, the cherry on top for you, I need you to get the black seed and oregano oil. Do I have it here? It's in the restroom. Get the black seed and oregano oil, and I want you to take that 3 times per day, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. I need you to continually circulate things that are going to attack foreign bacteria, foreign viruses, while at the same time you are drinking the acerola cherry powder for the high vitamin C content, the red pigmentation, and Ormus. Period. Now, the other therapies that you need to understand, you need to get blood flowing through the tissues. Now I understand you can't, I don't know if it hurts, I don't know all the details, but here's what I'm going to tell you to do. There's 2 exercises that I want you to do. I want you to simply this is in the PDF called the Tantric Penis Exercises. This is inside the free community, inside the Holistic Genius Library. All you need to do is if you can't do the jelking exercise where you take it and you do it like a slinky, with some oils. If you can't do that because it's painful, then simply hold the base and swing it around a little bit. If you can't do that, then I'm gonna need you to get a penis pumper. I'm gonna need you to go to get a Hydromax penis pumper. And that one works with water. Very advantageous because you're going to be able to gently use pressure to pump the penis in a sort of a capsule that's filled with water. I need you to do this because when you use air and pressure to elongate the penis, more blood is going to flow through it. You need to do this gradually. If your penis is constantly in pain, you need to use the penis pumper to a point where it's not excruciating, but it's tolerable, and breathe through it. Outside of that, you need to I mean, what's the oil? Do I have an oil for it? No, I have the antiviral oil comes in the STD elimination kit. Now, outside of the antiviral oil that you'll get that I want you to apply topically, and the antiviral cream that I want you to apply topically, I want you to get an infrared light, right? Remember, when you have viruses going crazy inside your body, what does your body do? You catch a fever. Why? Because the fever upregulates the body temperature because viruses and bacteria that are not foreign to the body cannot survive in that temperature. So I want you to get an infrared light and I want you to literally let the light shine on your phallus. Seriously, put it about 2 feet away, open your legs, and make sure that you allow the urethra to have direct, I would say direct contact with the light and breathe. If it's not painful, try to move it. If you can't do that at all, then here's what I need you to do. When you have that light beaming down on you, get your massage gun. Get your massage gun and then start to massage the legs and the area around the penis, not the penis itself. That's probably going to hurt really bad. If it doesn't hurt bad, you can do it a little bit, but just take your time. You want to just combine the movement, which is going to create piezoelectricity in all of the tissues, and the light. Check. What's the other thing that you can do? I mean, naturally, if you can get natural sunlight to that area, that's even better. If you have access to the ocean, that's even better. But if you don't have any of those things, your goal is to continually stimulate for blood flow and put things inside of your body that go after parasites and bacteria. What are the other things that you can do? You can go right now to YouTube and I want you to type, what's the word? I'll send you the tone. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be able to just go off the top. I'll have to look for the Rife tone that is able to get rid of bacteria and parasites. And I'll send you the tone. I'm actually going to put it inside. When I post this in the community, I'll put that tone inside there. What other thing can you do? See, there are a lot of different ways that you can go about this. When you understand that you need to help your cells in that area create energy and circulate energy. The other thing I want you to do is I need you to start doing the intermittent fasting. I need you to start doing some type of physical training after intermittent fasting because I want your body's growth hormone to be upregulated like mine's is. I'm eating the one meal a day on the 1,200 calories, and I mean, like my body's jacked. Why? Because my growth hormone is up, my testosterone is up, and guess what happens? Why do you think my body's big like this? Because that is stimulating my body to regenerate tissues fast. And that's the zone you want to be in. So do that as comfortable as it is, right? Because I know you're eating right now to compensate for a lot of the discomfort that you're in being in this situation for so long. But do your best with what you have. The God Body Smoothie is excellent for you. I would say stay away. When you're in a healing zone, you do not want your body to have to break down foods that are more difficult to break down. What am I saying? If right now your penis is on the line, don't eat no meat products right now. You need some things that digest very easy. And if you're going to eat a meat product, I would say, I really want to say eggs, but I can't say that comfortably because I don't know the quality of egg that you have. But at the end of the day, guess what's more potent for you right now? Eating soups where you take or natural oregano herb, rosemary, thyme, bay leaf, cumin. Make soups that are savory with all these mountain rose herbs. The rosemary is antibacterial, antifungal. The oregano that's where you get the oregano oil from. All of these spices, especially when you make it spicy, right? And you put your allspice in there, you put your little bit of cloves in there, not too much because cloves will overpower the soup flavor, and it will be unenjoyable. But really getting to mix in these herbs and making a healing soup, that's really what you want to do. And if you want to make it into a healing bean, like a bean medley, and then eat it with some quinoa, run it. But you want your meals to be super infused with naturally with fresh culinary herbs, not the dried ones, the fresh ones, the ones that still have the water intact. That way, the structure of it and all the other things that come with that water will then be infused into the soup. Now, I think we're a little less than 15 minutes, but I'm gonna tell you right now, listen to this over and over, make a checklist, and begin to go over these things and just go off of the checklist. And I promise you, if you follow this, it's you still have to do the things that you learned in the 20-day group detox. But if you add these things into that regimen, I guarantee you're going to be in a whole different place. Now, in order to get complete healing, you cannot beat your meat and ejaculate. Let me say that again. You cannot beat your meat and ejaculate. Stop it. You're killing your growth hormone, you're killing your testosterone, you're releasing estrogen, you are throwing off the recovery process. I want you to get as focused into this regimen as Mike Tyson was when he was preparing for a fight. That man didn't care about nothing. He only had one objective, and that is why he went in the ring and did what he did. This is your phallus. If you do not get this under control, you're not going to be able to have children. You're not going to be able to have. Life is done. This is a legitimate reason. Let me not even say that. Now, if you have any questions about anything that I said on this, you'll have to message me because this is a private thing. I don't really want you to put yourself out there like that any more than you already have. But this is going to give you a wide overview of what to do. The cherry on top that I didn't put was the microcurrent therapy device, but I don't think you really need it for this situation. That's why I didn't mention it. But at the end of the day, brother, you got what you need. Please go through this, listen to it as much time as you need, make a checklist, all right? And get it. One love, man.